Hi, happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome. I am Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 8th of May as we tune into 2025, as we tune into the energy atmosphere of the day. What's going on in the cosmos? We have the sun in Taurus. The moon has moved into Libra. And I think we have a full moon in Scorpio coming up. Might be on Monday. Check your calendar, your moon calendar. And of course, we've got Pluto retrograde. And that is stirring some things up for many. Let's take a look at what's on offer to us in the energy atmosphere. Our first card is Justice. Balancing scales, harmonizing energy. And I feel as I look at this card, like we are a conduit for justice or a conduit for harmony today. Let's see what's next. Six of Pentacles. I think we had this card yesterday too. Sixes are all about harmony and balance. So two harmonizing cards. Let's see what they're connected to. Next we have Seven of Cups. And then we have Nine of Swords. Okay. I feel like we're the voice of reason today. Somehow, some way, the way we channel our consciousness into the now moment. I feel like we're the superhero dressed up as harmony. Whatever that might look like. Oh, cute. I just had an image. Anyway, so we have the Nine of Swords here. This is a card about anxiety, and it's, it's something that keeps us awake at night. However, I feel like this is another influence because of what I'm sensing over here with Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Then we have the Seven of Cups, and Seven of Cups is about making a decision and a choice. And as I was saying, I feel like we're the voice of reason. So perhaps as we interact with others today, we are witnessing some anxiety, perhaps even some indecision, and whatever we have to add to interaction conversation today brings the harmony because we are the conduit of harmony. Now, of course, this is all going to relate to something about us because every opportunity is a learning opportunity for us in self-discovery, self-awareness, right? Self-relationship. So in the way that we show up as a conduit of harmony today has an effect on others, and others' anxiety or indecision inspires us in some way. Let's see what else is here. Three cards here. Yeah, look at that. So after having indecision or being spoiled for choice and not knowing how to choose, we have the Queen of Swords, who is exceptionally decisive and discerning. So she makes great decisions. Ultimately, we make a great harmonious decision for ourselves. And this Nine of Swords energy seems to be rather ripe within humanity right now. So take a look at your friends, your family, your core group of people that you interact with, whether that's at work, at home, at play, everywhere. You're going to see something, and you may see yourself as being stable within it and offering up a lot of great advice that you yourself need to take. Check it out. And then, wow, look at that, another Six of Swords. So we're moving into much more favorable, harmonized energies right here with the Six of Swords. There is a bit of a journey in this card. And I'm not necessarily saying take to the road, hop in your vehicle, and go on a journey. There's a spiritual journey to the Six of Swords. And, we're making that choice. We are inspiring that choice in others. And others in their situations are inspiring us. So it's a really great infinity loop here. As long as we keep our eyes open and recognize the lesson in the journey for us. And then we have, look at this, Chariot. Excellent card, because then we move along without any kind of hesitation. We're like, oh, Now I see it. I've been saying for a couple of days, we haven't been able to see the forest for the trees. And I feel like the way we are of service to others, just through our normal random acts of kindness, propel us forward, and we can see the forest for the trees. And now we know how to choose, how to decide for ourselves, and we become inspirational to others in that experience. Perfect. Four of Cups coming back around. The incoming Ace of Cups. The thing we don't see coming, usually a great, solid, firm foundation, surprise and delight. The Four of Cups gets such a bad reputation in tarot. You know, it's spoken of in terms of being apathetic and, oh, woe is me. And it couldn't be further from the truth, really. Take a look at it. Fours in tarot are all about stability, strong foundations, right? So here's our four. Typically, we see this card with 3 spilled cups, as if, oh, ho-hum, the party's over. And then the cosmic hand delivering the next Ace of Cups. So this is the aspect of the card that I focus on, because it's love, bliss, joy, happiness on overflow that we don't see coming. And I have the sense that it's because of everything we are harmonizing here for ourselves and being a living model for others who are also doing the same thing. So we're supporting one another. It's beautiful, and it's going to create a great blessing. Whoa. Now it comes out of the Three of Swords, and we saw this card recently. I think we saw the Nine of Wands as well. So the Three of Swords is pain, loss, and sorrow of the past, which could lend itself to the apathy we often talk, or is often spoken of, on the Four of Cups here. Regardless, this week we've been reminded that a Three of Swords like trigger has been in the atmosphere. However, it is triggering us toward greater healing, greater discernment, decision-making, getting over something that we've been anxious about, or something that we're still grinding our teeth on. We're putting something to rest and peace, and it's coming inspirationally out of the way that we serve others with our love and our compassion. So we must show ourselves the same love and compassion, because the pain, loss, and sorrow of the Three of Swords is such a poignant life lesson in the journey, and it has the power to direct whatever we do next if we linger on this card. So what do you need to bring to peace is a great question. How do you let go and allow love, bliss, joy, and happiness to bless you? You decide, Queen of Swords. You discern, you choose, Seven of Cups, to be the soulful presence, the light. You're the light. Be the light, not the anxiety. Love that anxiety into wholeness for yourself or someone else. Give them a hug if they need it. And then Eight of Wands. Excellent. Look at the great momentum we have in this reading between the Chariot, Eight of Wands. This is a very fast-moving energy. And again, I think I said it earlier this week, we're not lingering here in our Three of Swords or even our Nine of Swords. We're being inspired by prior events that were less than favorable, that we have harmonized. And I really sense that we're being a living model to those who are in the process of doing this as well. And we're inspired by this, so we're taking swift action, Eight of Wands, on our own stuff that we need to let go of, which is excellent, so that we live and experience harmony and that we are not held back, Chariot. We are dynamic in the way that we flow onward in our own ripple effect. Eight of Wands is a way, it's a card about how energy is woven together. It is considered a marriage card in tarot, and do not think traditionally of marriage. Just think about how you bring energy together. If you can draw upon prior life experience and be a light for someone else as they compassionately attempt to harmonize their own energies toward a more joyful life experience, and you can play a role in that, certainly do. Offer up your wisdom, offer up your experience so that they have that to draw on, and be inspired by their willingness to do whatever they've got to do to make their dreams come true, and see for yourself, is there something in there that I can be doing for myself? Check it out. All right, what else? So incoming information on this card, the way energies are moving or being woven together, and how are you weaving pain, loss, and sorrow of the past into greater happiness for the oncoming? Excellent question, right? Check it out. Ultimately, the greatest harmonization comes from being a witness to the way love, bliss, joy, and happiness surprises each and every one of us. Make way for that. Make room for that. Hold space for that, because it's coming. All right, bottom of the deck. How's the universe helping us out behind the scenes? Our first card is, well, where would any of our readings be right now without the Temperance card? Have we had this card every day this week? I think we have. Divine Alchemy, Archangel Michael's energy. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and it's no doubt that some people are feeling a little bit at loose ends or feeling somewhat unraveled. We may be feeling that as well, even if by a small measure. It's only an indication of what we need to bring into harmony. So allow Divine Alchemy to do its part. Next card, Three of Pentacles, because we're building something that stands the test of time, and we're collaborating. This is a great card of collaboration in tarot. So that all fits very nicely with the main part of the reading. And then, Two of Wands. This has happened this week too, or very recently anyway. The 2 and the 3 showing up, usually the 3 before the 2, because we're crossing new thresholds. And that's what the 2 is all about. You're looking at a whole new world of opportunity, which may be engaging a little bit of anxiety, or you're witnessing that with others. And this is the time for courage and encouragement. Next, Star, keep the faith. Absolutely. It's such a beautiful, powerful card in tarot. It follows the Tower. And if we've seen anything historically out of our cards, is that we have a willingness to tear down a tower, to tear down a foundation that is not serving us, because we have faith for just pure, raw, loving faith for something different, something better. And we're making way for that, or have already made way for it. Seriously, look at that. There's the Tower. That's like the second time that's happened this week, where I mention the card and then turn it over next. That's crazy. That's awesome, though. What else is under there? 4 of Wands. Happiest card in the Minor Arcana. See, something's coming into stability that was at one time unstable. So we're leaning into our faith and stabilizing our foundation. Then we have Knight of Cups bringing the Ace of Cups. Perfect. More love, bliss, joy, and happiness. See, again, it's coming out of the ether for us. We don't expect this. And I think that's the beauty in it, because we reach deep into our own courage. We encourage others, and then we are blessed by the collaboration. That's awesome. All right, Angel Answers. Put a question to this deck if you have one. Let it be confirmation to the reading, or a fresh message entirely. Meditation brings answers. It absolutely does. How many times have you been, washing dishes and then you have the epiphany, the aha? So check it out. Whether you sit quietly in meditation or you do moving meditation like I do, you'll be inspired to take some kind of action through what comes out of your meditation. And then we have pause or wait. Pause for enlightenment. And sometimes that's the best action to take, is that pause for enlightenment, so that you can savor what's in the now. Immediate action does not necessarily need to be taken as in, let me just rush out the door and get going with something. Sometimes the best, action and affirmation we can take in the moment is to pause and really integrate what's in front of us. Belly breathe. Okay. Next. And trust what's coming your way. Trust what you get for, intuitive hits. Follow through on those, and above all, remain positive. All right, final word on today's reading from Angels and Ancestors. How is our soulful presence informing our waking consciousness? Exactly. The Winter card. Take care of your needs. Well, who else is going to do that for you, right? I feel like we need another one. Shed an old skin. We have the snake here. Take care of your needs. Shed old skin. We're doing that. Three of Swords. 9 of Swords. We're shedding an old skin or an old way of being, an old way of handling things, because we are leaning into our faith and trusting the all that is, the all that we are in creation for and with Divine Source. Beautiful. Have a beautiful Thursday, everyone. Thank you for joining me as always. Peace, love, joy. Namaste.